Hi guys, welcome back to the 14th video of the JavaScript video series, and in this video we are going to take a look at JavaScript string methods, but part third, because we have already seen part 1 and part 2 of JavaScript string methods, so we have not been able to cover all of them in those two videos. So this is why we'll have to make a third video, which is this video, to cover all the JavaScript string methods. I hope you're enjoying the series till now, and I hope you have subscribed to this channel already, and keep liking the videos. And if you want to ask any questions, you can feel free to comment in any of the videos, and I'll get back to you ASAP. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of methods. So we're going to take a look at to uppercase, to lowercase, concat, and trim, pad start, pad end, char at, char code at, and split. These are the methods that we look at today, and we'll go over them one by one. And since there are quite a few of them, we'll have to go over them quickly. And so let's get started. As you can see, I've opened my JS Fiddle window. You can do the same and come to the JavaScript side of your JS Fiddle window, and then let's start writing some code in it. So let's say var txt equal to hello world, which is my first string, and then I'll say var rough is equal to txt dot to uppercase. Right, so important thing to note here is that U and C are capital in to uppercase, because this is a JavaScript defined method. It's not defined by us, so you have to ensure that U and C is capital, otherwise it won't work. And you also have to ensure that you have these open and close brackets behind after the function. If you've seen the previous videos in this series, you would already know why you have to do this to call this function, right? And so we'll output rough. So as you can see, this was already uppercase, so let's try saying lowercase. So hello world was capital, all caps, and now it's in smaller case. And now let's keep it in small case, and let's see what happens. So it's going to convert it into uppercase. So I hope that makes sense. So you've seen lowercase and uppercase. Now let's take a look at concat. So let's say my text 1 is hello, and my text 2 is world. Okay, and I'll say rough is equal to text1 dot concat world. Also put a space there. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to concatenate hello and world in this and store the value in this variable called rough, and then trying to output rough. So here we have hello and world. So if I put a space in between these two inverted commas, then I'll get a space here as well. So this is hello world, right? So I've concatenate both the strings together. Now a common way to combine strings is by using the plus operator. So if you've seen this series, the earlier videos in this series, you already know how a plus operator works, right? So this is how we used to do it. So hello plus and world, and this would concatenate everything together along with the space in between. So you get hello world here. The other way to do it is where text2 is equal to so we'll say hello dot concat the space and world. So if I check the output of text2, which is this, is the same hello world. So this line is completely equal to this line, so it's basically doing the same thing, right? So as you knew, the plus operator is also a concatenation operator in JavaScript strings, right? And concat is also a concatenation operator, obviously. So I hope that makes sense. Now let's look at the trim operator. So let's say I had text1 and then I had hello, and there was just so much space here. And there was a lot of space here as well. And I'll say var txt2 equal to txt1 dot trim, and then and these two brackets. So it's going to trim all this space basically, and it's going to show us hello. Okay, we can also see how it looks in alert. It says hello. Okay, makes sense. Change it back here. So trim function basically removes all the extra space. This can be really helpful, and we'll see that in one of our later videos where we'll look at more complicated examples. Now let's look at pad start. So let's say string equal to 5. Okay, and then let's say string is equal to string dot pad start, and then you have to say 4, 0. Let's look at the value of str. Okay, this is not working. Yes, so why this is not working is because I have to put a capital S here. So what this does is it puts basically 3 zeros. When it says 4, it's going to move 5 by 4 values behind, like think of it as the tens and units and tens and hundreds and thousands place. So it's going to move this by 4 values, and it's going to put zeros in front of the empty places. Wherever we get an empty place, it's going to put a 0 there. So that I hope that makes sense. As you can say, if you say 1 instead of 0, it's going to put 1s in the empty spaces, and it's going to move it by 4 places. Right. So there's also pad end. It's going to move 5 ahead to the left by 4 spaces, and then it's going to put 1 behind it. So like you can see 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is called as padding. So I hope you've understood how to add padding at the start and padding at the end. Now let's see how char at works. So let's say string is equal to hello world, and rough is equal to string dot char at 4. Let's check the output of rough. So char at 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the 4th value, starting from zeros, at the 4th value we have O. So let's say that the 4th value, whatever you have, which is O, we wanted to take a look at that basically. If you say 7, it's going to show you O again, this O. It's going to say 8. It's going to say R. After O you have R. So this is what is character add. So A is capital in character add. So I hope you take a note of that. Then you have character code at 8. This is your ASCII code. So 114. The ASCII code of R is 114. The ASCII code of, let's say 3, which is L, is 108. For L it's 108, right? So I hope you know what ASCII codes are. So if you want to get the ASCII code of a particular letter at a string, so you can easily do that with char code at. Okay, and I can also do this. So you can almost treat a string as an array, right? And it's not an array, but you can treat it as an array, and then you can parse like go through the letters one by one from the positions. So like let's say I want to look at the 3 basically, which is the 4th position, because it starts with 0, right? So at the 4th position is L, at the 5th position is O. When I say 4, it means 5 because it starts from 0. So if I say 0, it's going to say H, right? So I can do this also instead of using char at. And now what we'll do is, yeah, so now we'll look at split. So let's say if you had string is equal to ABCDE, and you wanted to string dot split at the comma, right? So I'll just show it to you first and then I'll explain to you what's happening here. What's happening here is basically you're taking ABCDE as a string inside this variable called str. Then you're going to run the string method called split on the string, which is str, and it's going to split it at wherever there is a comma. Wherever it finds a comma, it's going to split it there, and then it's going to get all these different values, right? A, B, C, D, E. It's going to get an array like that, which is rough. So rough is the array, where the split array, right? Now if I want to see the first value inside this string, which is at 0, so I can see that easily. I can see the second value also will be B, right? So keep in mind it's not comma, it's B, because now it has split this string into different pieces, and second value, which is B, has been kept here in rough, and then it's going to show you here. And I can look at the third value, which is basically I can access it using 2, because we have 0, 1, 2, and I can see C, right? Now if there were, instead of commas, if there were spaces here, I could just come here at split and I could remove this comma and I can put a space here, and I get the same result, exactly the same result, because it's splitting using space instead of comma. And if I put the pipe character here, exactly the same thing will happen, right? We get exactly the same thing, right? I hope that makes sense. So we have seen split, we have seen char codat, char add, we have seen parent, pad start, we've seen trim, we've seen concat, and two lowercase and two uppercase in this video. So I hope you're following, and if you have any issues in any of these methods, you can put a comment. I'll be there to help you, and thanks a lot for watching.